Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Send you guys nothing but positive energy. I'm so sorry. It's probably been months since the last video. Um, Truthfully, and this is, truthfully speaking, like I wanted to do readings. I wanted to get myself out there on a reading level that I kind of slacked off on the YouTube channel, and it's not an excuse. It's something that I am working within, and I told myself, I said, I'm going to go back on YouTube. I'm going to encourage and inspire thousands of people, and the way of encouraging and reaching out to people and being able to, share my gift would be, speaking to people as well as, healing people on speaking to people through a healing way, and also speaking to people on a spiritual level on with my readings. So I'm gonna balance it out. I kept pulling cards for myself, and it was like balance, balance, balance. And I'm dreaming about YouTube. Everything is, it's telling me to come back. So I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry that I've been MIA for months with my YouTube channel. But I made a promise to myself that I'm going to get back out there. So I've been pulling a lot of cards, and before I even like turned this on, I was like, let me pull a card just to confirm, to make sure that this is the right subject to talk about. And honestly, I pulled the past life, which is exactly what I wanted to talk about, is the shadow self, and on the back of my deck. So that was the front, that was what I pulled. And then when you reverse the deck, it's the shadow self. So it's a confirmation altogether that that's what I need to be talking about. And it's something that I'm learning, and I'm actually learning with working on your shadow self, I'm learning how to explain it to others from a level of understanding and a level of being able to get clarity on how to fix your shadow self. And your shadow self it's the other side of you. We have a perception on who we are, and we have that perception. We have our thoughts, we have our beliefs on who exactly we are. But there's also that shadow self, that we don't even know. It's the without the ego. It's without the, it's with it's on a whole nother level of looking at ourselves at a bigger, like a bird's eye of looking down at ourselves. And it's really hard to learn yourself on that type of level, because it's like when you have a perception or idea of yourself, or your viewpoints, or the way you're thinking, it's like it eliminates different ways to your, like, ideas, or different, it like eliminates an open mind concept of yourself. So it's like when you have that perception, you know exactly, like, these are my standpoints, this is why I am, or this is how I feel, and this is why I feel this way. Eliminating your perception and eliminating your ego is how you get in touch with your shadow self, so you can work on correcting that. I told a lot of my followers, when I did readings, when people would pull shadow selves, it's like, have you ever gotten to an argument with one of your family members, or a best friend, or just someone super close to you, and you guys stopped talking, and it might have been like a serious argument where it's like they had their views on it, you had your views on it, and that was it, and the argument was, you guys stopped talking at that point. I told people to actually reflect on that argument. So put yourself in their shoes, from their perception and what they're saying. Set aside your ego. Set aside everything that makes you feel so strong about your way of thinking, or your reason for this argument, or the why you felt that way. Put that aside. And when you put that aside and look from a different perspective, so literally taking yourself out of your body and putting yourself in that person's shoes, or putting yourself in a whole nother perspective, and them saying, well, this is, understanding the argument on another level kind of opens your eyes, and it's saying like, I get why they were upset. And, you know, I was so determined and so, you know, so I had so much clarity, quote unquote, on my view that I didn't even see the other side of the fence. And the other side of the fence is your shadow self. So it's like, with understanding and like getting connected with that, it's like really, really, you know, pinpointing, it's really digging deep into who you are. And our shadow selves, like, it's something that, you know, it's a good and it's a bad thing. I mean, there's a balance, you know, there's always a balance to life, and there's always, you know, perceptions, there's always egos, and there's always everything that has a big part of our lives. And for us to heal and for us to work on this healing, we need to be able to take that ego and to take our perception and look at a bigger picture on a whole nother level. You know, yes, we feel certain ways about our views and, you know, how we feel, and how we feel is how we feel, but why don't we try to reflect instead? You know, a lot of times our minds have been programmed to believe certain things. So it's like, you know, if someone has another idea or another way of thinking, it's like sometimes we're like, oh, hold on, you know, that's not the way to think, or that's crazy. But in all reality, you know, you've been programmed. And again, pulling that card back up, it's like we've been programmed, and we have been, you know, pretty much, I'm trying to think of the word. It's like we've been told, or, you know, just manipulated ourselves to believe in things that aren't normal. And because we're told it's normal, you know, it's something that we don't even question. A lot of times I see my friends, or, you know, even myself, like, I don't even want to say just anybody else, but even myself, like, you know, just being upset about certain things that are out of our control. Literally, our life is the only thing that we can control. I ask myself all the time, I'm like, what is the most important thing to me? And I used to always say, you know, the most important thing to me is my son, or, you know, making sure that Jace is good. But really, I can't control if he grows up today or tomorrow and is like, yeah, my mom was an amazing mom. I can't control that. But what I can control is my destiny. So it's like controlling your destiny and understanding who you are. So that is the most important thing to me, is my destiny, and is my legacy that is going to actually be able to help Jace in the future. But it's like, for us to heal, we have to dig deep. And digging deep is on a whole nother level of healing. So if you guys are ready to heal, and you guys are ready to listen to my videos, and let's do it together. I want to be very, 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 like, transparent. I want to, you know, I want us to talk, and, you know, us to get to that level of knowing how to heal. Again, this video was about you're learning your shadow self. It's hard work. It sucks, but it's worth it, because, again, taking your ego and your perception out of a lot will open your mind to endless possibilities. It's like reprogramming your mind. So it's like you're thinking outside of the box instead of limiting yourself to your perception, or limiting yourself to one mindset. So that's my comeback video. So I love you all. Subscribe to my channel. Again, I do readings, personal readings. I have specials going on for this month. It's 11/11 for a mini reading. So the mini readings are, you know, to the point. I work with my oracle cards and my tarot cards. So it's to the point. If you have something going on in your life right now, you need specific healing directions, like, it's going to tell you what's wrong. You know, the full reading is a larger reading. It tells you exactly what's wrong, how to go about healing, with advice as well. So it digs deep. So get a reading. Get a reading if you feel like you need healing, if you need work on your shadow self. I'm learning how to explain it and learning how to, you know, help and teach you guys, so, as I'm going through it myself. A lot of I stopped doing YouTube channels because I was like, I really need to, you know, be healed before I can give it. But it's like, fuck that. Like, I want to show you guys my journey, and like my journey on healing, and like the outcome, the end result. So I love you all. It's 10 minutes. Gotta go. I love you. Subscribe. Get a reading.